Welcome everyone, Stormy Sensei here. We're playing some Star Rail on Saturday afternoon. Not interested in any of those games. It's crazy how much the world has changed. No ownership of anything, you just subscribe to the ability to stream whatever they choose to let you stream. Like at any point in time, and this has actually happened before, they can add a game to the library and then just take it away. At one point in time, all three of the Kingdom Hearts games were in the library, and I downloaded them all so that I could play them one day. And the idea that I had was, okay, well, I downloaded them, how they're mine, right? Nope, that's not how it works. Even though I downloaded them, they removed them from the service for at least being the subscription version of it. So if I want to actually play it, I have to buy it, which makes sense, to buy the things that you want to own. Is that for doing that one specifically, or for, yeah, it's for doing all of them. Alright, good. I can stop exploring that now. I recently accidentally came across a new adventure quest in Ohkema, even though I was pretty sure that I had gotten them all previously. And so lately I've been, doing a second sweep of Ohkema, making sure that I've gotten everything that I can get. Is there something that's flying above the people? That thing there. Looks like they are constantly arriving, right? I'm actually not able to shoot down there. Okay, I can cut them off at their point of origin, which is the Hand of Whimsy shop.
Does it really work?
cannot, actually. if I use a different character. Adventuring, possibly? Hey there, Julian.
Looks like you have a new...
Doesn't seem to be. Seems like I can't interact with that. But I will still try one more time to get up these stairs and then hit it while it's passing by. Where is this landing even? Oh, that's awful. It doesn't actually work like that. Okay, let me bring out Natasha maybe. Natasha is a physical unit. Here she is. Oh, mine is level 60.
Come on.
If I'm able to hit it, I should hit it. Doesn't look like I'm able to hit it. That one I think missed, but it doesn't look like I can hit it. Alright, let's spend some Trailblaze power. And then get on with the story. Kafka technique, that'd be a good idea. Or like facial.
Lose some, win some.
A really good way to check would be using Nisha or RMC's techniques. Because if it's able to be interacted with, then it'll be frozen in place.
Don't let me down.
Show no mercy. This mortal watch over you and guide you on your path. Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all. I can't thank you enough.
Well, I don't personally own William, so I would have to borrow it.
Serenity is before me. Here is thunder. Show no mercy.
Time for a lesson.
Get them. Wanted to doubt farewell. Conflict is pitiless.
Bending the rules.
Show no mercy. Here is thunder.
Time for a lesson.
There's no time to lose.
Lee, there's no backing out now. For me or you.
Oh man, I wish that I had Jade. I skipped her twice. First time because of Ohkema, second time because of Fei Xiao, I think.
Lose some, win some. I always deliver.
So I don't know if I'll get another chance to get her to E1.
I can't follow my charge. This mortal watched over you and guide you on your path. Time. Show no mercy. Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all. Conflict is pitiless.
Bending the rules.
Get them. I'll overcome. Serenity is before me. There's no time to hear this thunder.
Time for a lesson.
Show no mercy. Get them. I've heard the call. Torment and doubt, farewell.
Follow my charge.
Bending the rules.
Conflict is pitiless. There's no time to lose. Hear this thunder.
Time for a lesson.
Follow my charge.
I can't thank you enough. Serenity is before me.
We have it. There's no backing out now. For me or you.
Sunday is real good. And his light cone as well. I have Sunday E1 along with his light cone. I actually tried to get a second copy of his light cone because I'm greedy, but it didn't work out. During the Archer banner, or not the Archer banner, well, it was during the Archer banner, but during the Archer pull event, where if you pulled 200 times, you would get Archer's light cone. I pulled E1 Tribby. I already had E0 at the time. I pulled E1 Sunday and S1 Sunday. I already had E0 at the time. So it was a pretty big upgrade for all my teams. Sunday S1 probably wasn't that necessary. Like I think that you can still have 100% uptime on Sunday's ultimate if you have Bronya S3 light cone. But it's fine. I like having the Sunday light cone. So anyway, I had gotten Tribby E1, Sunday E1, Sunday S1, and I was only at 160 pulls. So I went ahead and used the last 40 to get Archer's light cone. And I used it on the Sunday banner, hoping to get S2 Sunday light cone. I would have probably kept it as two separate S1s, just because it's like pretty universal, like allies buffing or harmony units buffing allies and gaining energy and giving them damage buff is that's pretty great in general. Alright, let's do some story stuff. Oh man, it took you 161 pulls for Cypher. That's rough. I can't necessarily say that I was lucky because I lost the Ohkema 75-25 and I had lost the Herda's 50-50. So I was at guarantee going into Cypher on both the character and the light cone. So I had to lose, you know, two other coin flips, and not even coin flips. I lost like 4 coin flips, but you know, at least I had a really easy Cypher pulls because of that. Cypher is rumored to come back in the next patch. So I'm curious to see how that goes. Didn't need to delete that. I don't know what that used to say. Now all I see is message retracted. This is kind of cool. This is Hyacine's power. This is actually pretty impressive.
Everyone, you're all safe.
Hello from Russia. Welcome in. I'm in the United States myself. Oh, the 161 pulls thing. Oh, that was the Cypher 8, 161 of my pulls. Yeah. I had seen it, I just didn't remember.
Thank you, Lord Finan.
It is someone else who deserves your thanks. Those black-tide creatures just now couldn't breach this barrier. This energy feels familiar. like the luminous arts that Hyacinth uses to treat people. But it is much more powerful.
Looks like she did it.
Yeah. Citizens, my companions and I can't stay long. Before reinforcements arrive, please do not step out of this barrier. This is a miracle left by the demigod Hyacinth. Please trust her conviction.
Miss Hyacinth has also become a demigod, like Lady Aglaya? We understand. We will not leave her protection until you return, Lord Finan.
I won't make empty promises. I might not be able to return in the near future. But even if there's no perfect solution, I will make a choice that fulfills this mission.
I want Cypher's light cone, but I'm also saving for 3.8. So you're trying to get the Dahlia? I'd have to kind of take a strong look at her kit before deciding I want to pull. I am tempted with Cypher E1 because I already have Cypher E0S1, and I've kind of decided that I'm going to vertically invest on at least Cypher. Yeah, this isn't that great. E2 is really where it's at. No, it's not. What am I thinking of? Oh, okay, never mind. I was thinking E6. That's so far away. Where using your ultimate gives you back the value that you gave, or that you took. But this is also pretty good. Instead of it being 24%, now it's going to be 36%. That's a lot. True damage saved up. And I can switch to energy rope because I would have attack up every turn, basically. And then extra vulnerability, so that would be 70% vulnerability. Because she already gets 40 for just existing.
The people in the market must also be suffering. I hope Hyacinth can protect them in time.
Hoping for a rapid rerun.
Quick, let's go check on him.
Yeah, Rappa's only gotten one run ever. So people have been waiting a long time for that.
Cortonis, hang in there.
Returned, Finan. Burning the holy city is to resist. I did all I could.
You shouldn't be on the front line at your age, Grand Craftsman. Where are the citizens? What's the situation at Memorial Market?
Organizing their escape. The holy city guards are. But where to flee to, no one knows.
This is like the last refuge, so I don't know what they're gonna do.
Descended from the sky, the rainbow barrier did. Protected the people, but alleviated the fear it could not.
I fear this is Amphorius' end, Cartonis. There is only one way to save our home.
Finally come true. The Sky Father's prophecy. waiting at the vortex of Genesis, Lady Cyrene is. Kephale's cold flame is safe, she said.
Cyrene.
Black tide creatures. Prepare for battle!
Urgent. The situation is. Leave them to me. The monsters
But
died. I should have kept me here. The power of the rainbow light did. But if destined, inescapable death is, why not leave behind some glory?
Because we could have probably easily killed these guys.
You've been forging nothing but glory your entire life, old friend. For others, and for yourself. May you never see the slightest glimpse of war in the New World. Farewell, Grand Craftsman. Let us depart to the Chrysos airspaths.
For battle, these hands were not meant. But if to protect the holy city's future, they are needed. To the final moment, I will fight.
Kartonga said that Cyrene had news of the core flame. As expected, Miss Sarka did not fail her mission.
I don't think I want Tribby here. That's a pretty good choice. So is that. Let's go with Cypher. Tribby kill steals too often.
the Chrysos Air's baths. And not a soul in here. Those translucent structures are here too.
These buildings.
They're already
I can
gone.
feel it. Their memories are dissipating.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yes. The textures of memories are preserved within all things in Amphorius. Even a single brick or tile holds countless traces of the past.
There are no citizens trapped here, nor any signs of black tide creatures. We have no reason to linger here.
How are we going to get down the elevator? Is it still operational?
Let's head downstairs. The bath chamber isn't far away.
As they always say, in case of fire, don't use elevators. Still trying to work on your Danheng PT. Let me see what mine is. Stats are 42k, but I have the light cone. Let's see what it does if I swap it to this here. 35. Yeah, so that makes sense for an off light cone.
The bath's waters are conveying sorrow and despair in ways I can barely comprehend. I'm getting a vague sense of foreboding here.
Danheng is kind of weird to build because he doesn't he only needs 2 stats, right? Attack and speed. So it's actually kind of annoying to build him, because you really are just kind of fishing for one thing. Like, this would be fine. I could get a better headpiece that has speed and attack percent in it. And likewise, these gloves could have attack percent and speed in it. But your body, you're really only looking for attack percent main stat with speed substats, and just hoping that you roll all 5 into it. And speed, you can only get speed substats, while you hope that you roll all 5 into the attack percent. And then this is the most speed I can get on an attack percent rope. But in theory, I could instead get energy regeneration and then have substats of speed and attack percent. I'm not going to focus too much on it, because at the end of the day, he's still a support. I would rather have like more speed if I could get it, because he's completely SP neutral or SP positive.
Caught up to us.
Oh no, if only I hadn't stopped the golden scapegoat. Yes, we can.
No. Finan, take her to the Vortex of Genesis. I will stay here and hold them off.
Dang, Don Hunk.
Don Hung, you...
Don't hesitate, Finan. You still shoulder the mission of the Aranova. We don't know if the Flame Weaver has any clones up ahead. My friend, stay close to Finan and keep him safe. Amphorians often speak of destiny. The destiny of the Trailblaze is to bind the life and death of every world to our own existence.
You better not die, Don
I don't
Hunk.
intend to say goodbye forever to anyone. Don't worry. I'll do everything in my power to survive.
Yeah, Don Hung is a lot more powerful than he typically lets on.
Go!
You better keep your word, Don Hung. You cannot die here.
True Blazer voice jump scare.
Wherever there's flowing water, I can harness its power to purge the filth.
This power, unfamiliar. Who are you?
Even if I were just a passing traveler, I would not hesitate to lay down my life and protect the unfamiliar world beneath my feet. This is the destined course that a trailblazer cannot escape. I am a nameless. And what I'm going to do is defend all the hopes that are on the verge of fading away.
That's some good writing.
Follow me.
Oh, that's right. The Vortex of Genesis is like has the entrance in my room. I remember now.
You're all back.
Even in such desperate times, you still managed to keep your promise to me. I am grateful beyond words.
Maybe it's the cynic in me, maybe I'm too genre savvy, but I would definitely check to make sure that these guys aren't mimics or clones or enemies in disguise or things like that before I let my guard down.
Finon, what is this?
The Flame Reaver is wreaking havoc in the city, and they still have many clones. Zeph, please get someone to inform Kratos, and have him lead the most elite guards to defend the city's passages. Until I complete the Core Flame ritual. Please, do everything you can to rescue the citizens in the city.
Understood, Lord Finan.
Nemazzi, several citizens are trapped in the Garden of Life and are temporarily seeking refuge under Hyacinth's barrier. Can you dispatch someone to evacuate them? Though, I also don't know where to shelter them.
Leave this to us, Lord Finan. Just focus on your own mission.
All right. As for the two Trailblazers, I'll also leave them to you.
What do you mean? Why can't I go in with you?
My apologies, partner. I acted on my own this time. I prepared for the worst before the fight against Aquila. Even if there came a day when Ohkema was taken by the Black Tide. As long as we defeated Aquila, lifting the sky's curse, you and Donahun would at least have a chance to get home safely. Sorry. I know you must dislike leaving things unfinished. Which is why I didn't inform you beforehand. I know this is hard to accept. But even if it means being resented for the rest of my life,
Which won't be very long.
I still have to be responsible for you. Friend, you and Donahun taught me the spirit of trailblazing. The best decision I ever made in my life was when I followed my intuition and chose to trust you. Donahun told me many stories about the adventures of the Nameless. Two of them left a deep impression on me. Belobog and Penacony. The first story taught me that the fate of a world should be in the hands of its people. And even if the Nameless are willing to risk everything for an unfamiliar world, in the end, you still have to embark on a new journey. Go to the next world that needs saving. Because that's your mission. The path you follow. In the second story, Donahun told me about the few Nameless who sacrificed their lives for the prison world. I know very well that the two of you are willing to make the same choice for Amphorians.
Well, I don't know about that.
After hearing those stories,
I got other places to go.
I made up my mind. I won't let your journey end here. Somewhere beyond the sky, where Amphorians have never reached, there are many people waiting for you to come home. The prophecy has always remained shrouded in ambiguity. Even if the 12th core flame is returned, no one knows how the Era Nova will manifest. Let alone if the miracle will extend its favor to two visitors from beyond the sky. Before
That is
stepping
fair.
into a fate unknown, the last thing I can do is help you return to your family.
Because the ship hasn't been fixed? Like, what do you mean?
Please, don't worry. Lord Finan has already entrusted Elder Lygus to fix your transport.
Lady Trina's library is open on the main street outside Ohkema's walls.
wonder if we're going to have a choice, like choose this portal to leave, go get on the ship and go, choose this portal to stay. A lot of games do that. Usually it doesn't matter. Usually there's like some bad ending for choosing the wrong thing.
Every one of us has the right to make our own choices. If you can't accept my decision on your behalf, then use your choice to open up a new path. It's what you're best at, right? Regardless, Dunhung is still holding on for his life. Don't keep him waiting too long. Partner. One day I hope we will reunite under the constellations. When that time comes, we can hold a belated victory feast. How about that? The spirit water has dried up.
Uh-oh.
Blast. Why is nothing going right? Calm down. There might be another way in. The closest ritual basin, the other chrysosers.
Snowy.
Cyrene. I thought you'd be waiting at the vortex of Genesis. Are you alright?
When Ohkema's night descended, all the spirit water dried up along with it. We anticipated that you'd be on edge, so we came ahead to wait for you.
You've always been the ones who knew me best. Cavalier's core flame. You know where it is?
Yes, little Syphie protected the core flame well. No one would be able to guess where she stashed it. Bartolos, you can come on out. I don't have to pretend to be moved anymore. That was suffocating.
Bartolos? What in the world?
Hey, you better watch your tone, Brad. That core flame that the entire world is after
It's in my stomach.
is currently nestled in the tips of
Yep.
my tummy.
Where else would he keep it?
This certainly was unexpected.
That's probably the best place to put it.
Reaction's too composed. It's completely different from what I was anticipating.
That also explains why Bartholos wasn't in the Evernight version of Dawn Cloud, because he was busy at Trina's side holding the core flame.
Bartolos, Snowy still doesn't know the truth behind Ohkema's eternal daylight. You're right. Woman, you'd better strap in and listen up, Brad. That girl Cyphera spun a grand lie that deceived all of Amphorius. She tricked all of you into believing that that giant ball on Kefali's back would cast light over Ohkema forever. And after that, she even managed to pull that dumb ascension trial and allowed me, the great Zagreus, to survive! Hey, Brad. You still no reaction from you? Yeah, dang it. You're no fun at all. I'm sorely disappointed.
So for the last 1,000 years, what maintained Ohkema's eternal daylight was not Kefali's miracle, but Cypher's lie, woven using...
Oh, come on, don't spell it out. You're doing so well.
But now, the lie has come undone. Which means...
Well, you didn't guess wrong. Cyphera has already passed, and all her lies have scattered to the winds like ash.
He's so cavalier about it.
just said you, Zacharias, relied on Cypher's lie to keep living. If she is already.
Guess you're not as smart as I thought, Pat. Don't forget, I'm one of the 12 Titans of Emporius. And this core flame in my belly, is it not the core that maintains a Titan's life and divinity?
So
taking the core
going
flame
to hand the core flame over to us.
is going to
Just
kill
like
him.
Just so. How about it? Let's hear some groveling gratitude, huh?
Why? In the myths, Zacharias was the most cowardly and shameful of the Titans.
This is not something you say to someone that's about to save your whole life. Exactly.
Fabricated tales. My pursuits are far greater than one measly life. Let me tell you then, my lifelong ambition was to work with Cypher to conjure the greatest trick in the world. Assume this world holds 100 million possibilities, and no matter how one looks at it, 99,999,999 of them all point to outcomes of certain destruction. But with an exquisitely brilliant scheme, we fooled all the fools, villains, and disasters of this world, and achieved that 1 in 100 million possibility.
Aranova.
This is the miracle I wish to achieve in my life's pursuit, even at the cost of turning into this. Take the core flame with you, brat. Go finish your mission.
Dang.
Remember this well. What saved Emporius wasn't the grace of that simpleton Kathleen, nor was it the babbling of that child Oryx.
It was all Zagreus, the greatest Titan of them all.
Divine power of me, scorned by all, in the millennium-long lie of a cat-eared thief.
Strife, death, trickery. So those signs deemed as harbingers of calamity will also leave behind marks in the tale of deliverance.
With this, the final core flame can be returned to its rightful place. The spirit water in the holy city has all dried up. We can try to break the sealing magic of the Goose's priests, and use the Century Gate to send you into the vortex of Genesis. But that will likely exhaust any remaining power of Yanis that we have. After that, the rest is up to you, Snowy.
Farewells. I've almost grown numb to them at this point. Right now, I can't even utter a plain goodbye.
And you just found out that
Snowy.
Cypher died, and earlier today, Aglaya died. Triby's still alive,
Don't worry, Tree.
but Maide is
No longer
fighting.
the empty shell that Aglaya brought back to Ohkema. For every companion who couldn't reach the end, their conviction to save the world became a part of me, piecing together the soul I once lost. I lost my home village, but you, Aglaya, and everyone else created a second home for me. Now that this home is also in danger, it is my turn to repay your kindness and create a new world that can carry everyone's wishes. I hope that in that new world, a new sun will rise, bringing one dawn after another to all.
Snowy, you've grown into the person Aggie always dreamed of. Indeed, we don't need to say goodbye here. Because even without the prophecy, we have the confidence to say you will become that rising sun. And all of us will see each other again tomorrow.
Oh, that means everyone's gonna die. Oh man. Is that the end of the story? Ooh. Maide actually died.
All shall bid farewell to one. And that person alone will witness the miracle. Such is destiny.
Become the dawn. Whoever.
Burning skies, shattered statues, corpses strewn everywhere. What a mess. If this is what the inside of Amphorius looks like, it's truly shocking. To be honest, I was initially skeptical, but right now, I'm starting to see your point. Screwy.
If that's the case, Herta, do you now have enough reason to believe my conjecture about the true nature of Amphorius?
Let's not expand on that topic just yet. That Intellitron, Lygus, was it? He's not completely dead. That was probably a fake body. Something behind it is still defying us.
I must admit, even if both of us worked together, it wouldn't be a simple task piercing through its defenses. For now, we can only observe this world as bystanders.
I knew we should have brought Stephen along.
Yes, I agree. You should
No
bring Stephen
wonder the
Lloyd
Garden of
along.
Recollection wants to work with the Astral Express. Without the power of the Trailblaze, it'd be impossible to unearth this place's secrets. But in the end, the garden emerged unscathed, and it was the Nameless who got burnt. Curiosity definitely killed Aki. That big guy over there, the black ball spewing meteors, you think it's got anything to do with the Lord Ravager?
Alas, without sufficient computational power in the stream projection, I am unable to analyze the path energy. Suggestion. The immediate priority now is to find the whereabouts of the two Nameless. Research priority on the destruction can be lowered. Every second counts before that Intellitron's preventative measures kick in.
All right. Stop making a fuss. How many times have we collaborated, and when did it ever not end in a perfect outcome? Why not add another mission objective while we're at it? The card-playing memo keeper told me that the frozen Trailblazer girl might just also be trapped inside Amphorius.
Oh. March was missing from her bed last time we checked on her.
Allows, I will also investigate March 7th's whereabouts. Herta, do you hear that? A wave of desperate cries from the heart of the mountain city. The lives there are undergoing intense suffering. Conclusion. The butterfly has already flapped its wings, and an impending storm closes in. The Nameless are important allies, and you and I have matters to attend to, Herta. I beseech you. In moments when a choice needs to be made, one must not be distracted due to personal interests.
I disagree. Herta, you should save us.
Of course I know that. Fate really is a game of dice, Screwy. Who'd have thought that thing once sowed chaos across the cosmos, causing the Intelligentsia Guild to splinter and disintegrate? It wasn't until I cracked the solitary waves theory that its lingering effects were put to an end. Yet, in a forgotten corner of the cosmos, one slipped through the net and remained operational. And it was this machine that eventually became the cradle for the birth of a certain Lord Ravager. The source of Amphorius' tragedy. is an Emperor's scepter that survived to this day.
Big lore drop, end of this patch. Right? Oh, okay, there's still some more talking to happen.
This is what the world looked like originally. And what are you doing here? Answer my question, Lycus.
Ah, another hero has arrived at the vortex. I can no longer remember how many times this has happened. The author of each epic, as the prophecy has foretold, stays their pen at this point. Just like each cycle of the extrapolation, in accordance to their primordial design, ends here. No need to panic, Lord Finon. I stepped into this space purely for one purpose: to witness the prophecy's miracle of Genesis.
You've never expressed interest in the Flame Chase journey. When my companions and I ran, bled, and sacrificed for the core flames, you never so much as lifted a finger. An indifferent observer. An anti-Catharan who's neutral till the end. Why would you suddenly express concern for the Chrysos heir's mission?
When that lone swordmaster left everything behind, plunging into a sea of madness, I was on the shore, listening. When that mighty lord shed his armor, filling the crevices of the earth with his iron bones, I was on the mountaintop, gazing down. Across 1,000 years of the Flame Chase journey, I have witnessed the ardor, resolve, division, and unity of the Chrysos heirs with mine own eyes. Just as you were all born to shoulder the guidance of the prophecy, I too have bathed in the gaze of distant stars, have seen the deepest, darkest of destinies. I will become the most loyal reader of the epics, a spectator voraciously consuming the valorous deeds of you heroes.
So you're just a chronicler? Keeping activity log?
The gaze of distant stars.
One day you will understand, but not now.
Well, this feels like the
moment,
last day.
Please disregard this observer and finish what you must, Lord Finon.
I once believed that as long as I chased the flames relentlessly, the fog before me would clear, and fate would reveal its truest form. But along the way, they, all who passed, never once received the justice promised by the prophecy.
I have perceived. Outside the vortex, the world is collapsing, and the children of humanity are crying. But you, Lord Finon, will bury the old world with that core flame, bringing all things into a gray unknown.
It doesn't matter. This cruel flame chase journey has made me abandon my fantasies. The future is not a paradise with a gentle west wind waiting for us to step in. If what lies ahead is a mass of chaos, I will tear it apart. Then usher in the first ray of blazing sunlight.
All shall bid farewell to one, and that person alone will witness the miracle. Such is the will
That's been the
of
prophecy
fate.
all along. I don't know why Finon's like... I mean, I guess it's very different from like hearing the prophecy is like, oh yeah, everyone's gonna die, and one person is going to bear witness to the Era Nova, compared to actually living through all your companions' deaths. Is that a Glaya?
Yet this time, will an epic with endless cycles.
Is it you?
Nope. I assumed because it was sandals, but that's
Turn a new page.
Of course. This will be a romantic story like none that has come before. You think so too, right?
Cyrene. Now that's the end of the story. Talk to the guard, meet up with Don Hung. Hey, it looks like we're able to send messages. Nope. Okay, we're receiving messages but can't send them. Let's see, who's left? It's just me and Finon. I think everyone else is dead. Well, not everyone is dead. Trinan and Tribby are still alive, but they, well, Tribby's probably dead, because she also showed up with Maide to stop the Flame Reaver. But Trinan is still around, but used up the last of her demigod powers. And I think that the fact that there was a doll in the pool and not like a person means that she's also dead as well. Given that we just had like a full hour of walk 3 steps, trigger a cutscene, I don't think that we're going to do the next part of the story. Oh, we're still in the Fallen Twilight now. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. These are, so we actually have like 3 new zones to explore. We have
Games of chess will while away the time.
the Dawn version of the Sky Palace, the Dusk version of the Sky Palace, the Evernight version of Dawn Cloud, and the Evernight version of so we got max rewards here. max rewards. I finished the Trailblaze mission of patch 3.3, but now I'm sure that they've just added a whole bunch of adventure missions, because we have 3 full maps to explore. I realize now that the Evernight version of the Dawn of Cloud, see, I have 0 out of 36. That's because when we were there, it was an instanced zone. So we actually had no treasure chests, no anything to actually explore. So we have 36 treasure chests to go through in this combat area, which is nice. I still have some work to do in Styxia. I was actually going through a second pass on Ohkema at the start of the stream, just because I ran into that one Dromus that had an adventure mission. And so I had gotten all the way through, I was in the middle of the Memorial Palace, or Memorial Market. I'd already cleared the Dromus area. And so I was wandering a route. So I need to go finish talking to all the NPCs in the markets, and then, you know, wander all through here. Like, I had missed out on Hyacinth, the NPC. Yeah, there's still a lot to do, which is good. But just now I finished the Cypher Hyacinth. Oh, Hyacinth's still alive, technically. She's still up in the sky, sending down her rainbow protection. You ever notice that we no longer have the ability to set our health levels? Did I unlock Bellabog map? Let's see. This is Bellabog. We got Everwinter Hills, the Pillars of Creation, all these things. Yeah, I would say that I've unlocked the Bellabog map. You're probably talking about the Pillars of Creation. That's the one that you normally don't get unless you actively go and get to it. Let's see. Only 5 treasure chests there. Wonder where it's better to spend my time, though. Whether I should clean up the last bits in the day version of Eye of Twilight, or I know that I can't. I've already done a full pass on this here. There must be some adventure mission that's stopping me from getting the final Spirit Thief portion here. Correct. I have 3.4, 3.5, 3.6, and, you know, in a couple of days 3.7 begins, and maybe I'll be able to get, like, if I'm being realistic, I think that I'll be done with 3.5 by the time we're getting into 3.8, and so maybe I'll be through 3.7 by the time we get to 4.x 4.0. I don't necessarily want to be that far behind, which is why I'm doing these kind of mini streams now. I used to only stream if I had like 2, 3, 4 hours to stream, but lately I've been doing it even if I only have like 1 hour to stream. Hey there, mystery man. Because if I don't have the time, then I'll just like never finish, and that would not be good. Technically, I actually already did my dueling for the day. I played some Unite before I started streaming. I actually duoed with Gobo. Telling all the chests are very time consuming. Yeah, it can be. I mean, you do have this infinite use all the treasure, find a treasure chest. The only problem is, so one time I used that in Castus Crimnos, and it showed me that there was a treasure chest that I couldn't reach because I had to do an adventure mission in order to unlock another area, in order to actually get the final treasure chest in the area. And I do feel like I'm probably going to have a lot of that going on as well, because every new story, when you finish the Trailblaze mission, usually has some adventure missions. I'm honestly surprised that I didn't fight both the Pegasus and the Lion at the same time in this patch. Just because I thought that that was like a thing you had to do, because that's how the end game was set up. But nope, it was just different. I only had to fight one of them. I think I fought the Lion and not the Pegasus. I agree. Once I finish all these adventure missions, I have so many to do, by the way. I still have all these companion missions to do. And then here are all my adventure missions to do. So next, I was planning on pulling Cyrene, but then I found out that she's actually going to be active the entire patch. Like, she's not going to just be active the first half. So the next thing I'm going to pull is Tribi E1, not E1. I already have Tribi E1, but she's S0. I'm going to pull Tribi S1. And then I'm going to pull Cyrene E0 S1. I have the perfect team already set up for her. It's going to be my future vertical investment team, even. So imagine this, right? You got Fei Xiao, Cypher, Dan Heng, and Cyrene. Just imagine. So Cyrene already gives you 40% damage buff to everyone on the team. Everyone on the team does damage. And she gives 24% true damage. It's a little anti-synergistic with Cypher, but it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. And then, on top of that, she increases everyone's speed once she has her planner ornament, and 15% damage from her relic set. And then when she uses her ultimate, she buffs Cypher to give an extra 20% defense down on the patron. So an extra 20% defense down on the patron on top of the 24% that I already had from her light cone. That's 44%. And then you add Fei Xiao's light cone, which is 54% defense ignore on ultimates. So that's 98% defense ignore with all that. On top of that, when you use when you use Cyrene ult, it causes the bondmate of Dan Heng to get an extra, I forget how much. It's either 18, 36. There's some amount of damage increase that you get from that. So you got the damage increase from that. You get the defense down from that. You get the 40% damage from that and all that. So it's going to be just like huge damage. And then there's so much room for vertical investment on this team, because once I get like Dan Heng E2 and I get all those follow-up attacks, and I get Fei Xiao E2 where every follow-up attack causes 2 stacks to come up, and then I use up my ultimates on Fei Xiao, the plan is to wait until Fei Xiao's turn, use up her ultimate, use Cyrene ult, which will activate the ultimate, buff up Cypher and Fei Xiao. Now Fei Xiao has 40 extra damage bonus for the next 2 turns, but since it's starting on her turn, it's even better than that. And she gets 2 more ultimate stacks right there and then there. I'm probably going to use my golden spirit companion on E1 Topaz and then save the other one. Because at some point in time, not right now, Topaz is completely useless to me at the moment. But once I get Fei Xiao E2 and every follow-up attack causes her to get 2 stacks instead of 1, then suddenly Topaz will become like as good or better than like anyone else, because her basic attacks are follow-up attacks, and 2 follow-up attacks cause Numby to action advance, but literally everyone on the team does follow-up attacks. Dan Heng's Dragon, Cypher's follow-up, you know, Fei Xiao's follow-up. It was gonna go crazy. And then Cyrene can like help out Heisland's team during that time. Wonder if there's like a second path to view. Doesn't look like it.
Wow, impressive.
Yeah, Topaz E1 causes enemies to take more crit damage, which, you know, crit damage is pretty good. And taking more of it is like also really good. So 50% more crit damage is a lot. I mean, it's not like that much, because Sunday will just give you, or will give one person 80% more crit damage, but Topaz will give everyone that bonus crit damage. And Sunday is giving 80% damage. But I've been trying to figure out what exactly, because I know the proof of debt, the Topaz talent effect, caused the enemy to take 50% more follow-up attack damage, but I don't think that it's vulnerability. I think that it's like final follow-up damage instead. I'm actually not that excited about SP characters, only because I didn't particularly care for the originals of the ones that they happen to be choosing. I hear that we're getting another Zansho general. I'm excited for that, because as you could tell from what you've seen so far, my main teams are Fei Xiao and Jing Yuan.
A will of metal and stone.
So getting another general will be nice. And it'll actually be like maybe relevant for once, because I've been using 1.0 and 2.0 DPSs for all of Amphorius.
A little gray is too much for you. Come to me. I venture forth to hunt. Forever triumphant! Victory is inevitable! Found me.
I think so, like, I guess I should rephrase that. I'm not excited about the SP characters that they've chosen, or that will be coming out in 4.0. The idea of getting future versions of characters that I already like is exciting, though. Like, I would love a SP Sela, right?
A will of metal and stone.
But Himiko, Blade, Silverwolf, eh. torn between getting E4 Topaz versus getting both Ranmei and Luocha. Those are both valid things, because, you know, this is a gacha game, and I feel like all gacha players have some level of, like, collectionism. Like, they just like collecting things. Yeah, that is the goal. 48 cost. I know everyone's always like, oh, you know, I can't believe you're at 10, 11 costs. Like, what are you doing? Of course you're able to clear. That's not relatable. But, like, yeah, I'm not trying to do 3 cost clears. I'm trying to do 48 cost clears. Like, I'm so slow. I think it's literally just feeling, because I think that Dan Heng is just so tall that his legs move really slow to move the same distance. But Tribby just feels so fast because she's so tiny that she has to literally book it in order to do anything. As we all know, it's more important to feel fast than it is to be fast. We're on the hunt for nymphs and treasure chests. Not so much treasure chests. I'm pretty sure that we're good on treasure chests. In this room especially. Have I ever lost a 50-50? So many. I actually don't lose that many 50-50s. I've actually had a pretty good streak. The last 50-50 I lost was I lost the Herda to Japard E1, I think. But I also feel like that's not true because I also got Welt E2, but maybe that was from a standard banner.
Found me.
Dragons soaring above the lands.
I did lose on Aventurine's Light Cone twice. Aventurine was so close to actually being a mainstay on my party, but then I lost his Light Cone both times, both the first time and on the rerun. Honestly, I think I've lost more 75-25s than 50-50s. Because I lost Quohua Light Cone. I have it S2 now, but I've lost it in the past. I've lost Cypher S1. Oh no, that's not true. That was with the guarantee. What did I lose that to? I think it was the Quohua loss that made me guaranteed on the Cypher Light Cone. But I recently got like In the Name of the World, which is Welt's Light Cone. So that one also
A will of metal and
I lost to get. I guess it's not necessarily true. Like sometimes you lose 50-50s and instead of getting characters from the standard banner, you get their light cones. I think that I've lost a lot of 50-50s to light cones. I feel like that's true. Descend. Where am I? There's a treasure chest over here. Did I get everything in there? Probably. I mean, I went through the main story and did that, so it's probably good to go. How's your progress, pure fiction, all that stuff. For a while now, I've been day 1 full clearing. Let me show that. And I got 6 stars for the knights with 1 star in the, what's it called? Is there a way to show without actually teleporting there what my progress is? I think in my player profile, maybe? Yeah, there we go. So for a long time, I wasn't clearing at all. Long time. And then probably in version 2 somewhere, I started full clearing with Super Break Himiko and Jingyuan Hyper Carry. And then when Sunday came out, it was kind of well, now it's very easy to do this. And then when Fei Shao came out, I was able to clear Apocalyptic Shadow pretty easily. So I have 3 or 4 teams that are in pretty good positions. Okay, so I gotta, what's it called, that? That's fine. This room is so big. Okay, that makes sense. I actually have to power up here in order to move while doing that. Yeah, so when the Archer banner came out, they had that thing where if you pull 200 times, you get Archer's Light Cone. And the banners that they gave for that were ridiculous. It was Sunday and Tribby. So I upgraded my E0 S0 Tribby and my E0 S0 Sunday. Now they're both E1 S1. And that's pretty much allowed me to...
Dear Celios, thank you for your letter. Never expected that we would learn about your past in this way. Why didn't you tell us sooner? We could have helped you untangle your
Oh, we already
feelings
read this
if
during
we
the
had
story,
talked
I
about this
think.
Earlier. We aren't blaming you. Honestly, we even admire you. But when times get tough, the road you've chosen is tough. It's hard to truly understand.
Very
Your
wordy.
good friend.
Trisha? Oh, right. That's right, because there used to be 1,000 of Tribbies. What character do you think will be power crept next? I mean, we're about to go into version 4.0. All of them are going to get power crept. I'm sure that the characters that they bring out next patch are going to be ridiculous. And I'm okay with it. It's kind of like, you know, the game we play. So anyway, after I got E1S1 Tribby, E1S1 Sunday, and especially with Heislands, I've been basically clearing pretty easily for a while. It took me a very long time to be able to do Lygus. I couldn't do them without Dan Hung. I needed the extra damage on the for my Fei Shao. I needed Sunday to be able to grant my Fei Shao more damage through his summon. And I also used the Bananarama Planner set for the 48% crit damage, which is a lot of crit damage. So now things are pretty good, I'd say. I think that E2, people that have like E2 Evernight, E2 casters will be fine for a good bit, because it's like E2. But I think that if you stuck with like E0 Casterus this whole time, you're gonna have some trouble in version 4.x in the same way that, you know, people that had Acheron or Firefly at E0 were struggling in this patch. Alright, so all of this is good. So if I remember correctly, if you go through that door, you go down this elevator, and then you end up down here. What even is this? Oops. What floor is this on? This floor? Floor 1? I think if I go this way, I'll be able to get to it. There's a garment maker. I've already got 8 out of the 10. That's pretty good. E1 Hyacinth? You'll be fine in terms of damage for a while. And healing. I've been staining with like Hua and Gallagher for the longest time. So at the very beginning, how did I miss it? I was right there. How I feel about the Cyrene nerf? What Cyrene nerfs? I think she's only been buffed her whole beta cycle, with the exception of her interaction with Anaxa being a nerf. Alright, let's just use another memory shard to save some time. Thinking about ending pretty soon. This place is so huge and there's so much more to explore. I'll do some of it off stream anyway. What happened with Anaxa? So they changed the buff that she gives Anaxa to be from a next action being 100% action advance to being a instant action. So think about the interaction where it's currently Anaxa's turn and then you use Cyrene's buff on Anaxa. So you used to, in that situation, you used to have it so that his next action after his current turn would immediately become next. And then he would get the attack buff, and then he would get the 3 extra bounces with the extra attack percent, I think is what it was. So then you would use your skill, and then you would get the 3 extra bounces with the bonus attack. And then you would immediately take another turn because your next turn was just advanced 100%. And then you would still have the buff from before because you got the buff on your turn instead of like in the middle of your turn. So you used to be able to just get 6 extra bounces, which honestly is kind of insane. Oh, that's right, I wasn't allowed to operate this elevator when I was actually doing the story, so I couldn't actually get this treasure chest. I think I remember trying to do this. So that was the major nerf for that. So now if you use it and it's currently his turn, you just completely waste the buff. I mean, you don't completely waste the buff, but it's better to use your skill and then immediately use Cyrene ult to buff him again. But everyone else, like Hycelin's got more damage for her thing. RMC was changed it wasn't like a nerf or a buff, because like now this, RMC gets more crit rate from the buff, but does less, has a lower multiplier. And what else about it? Also, Cyrene herself actually does more damage because her actual Memo Sprite skill does more damage, which I think is fine. I think it's like a reasonable thing to make the team damage about equal while increasing Cyrene's and lowering RMC's. That's like not a big deal. Where's some other ones? Maide got like went from 80% damage increase to like 200% crit damage bonus for his instantaneous Godslayer be God. That's like a lot. Finon got a bunch of buffs where he gets like extra core flame stack generation and gets overflow crit damage. Evernight I think might have been nerfed. I think the Evernight actually did get a nerf on her interaction, because she used to increase the crit damage of all Memo Sprites by like a large amount, and they lowered it. But also that team is broken anyway, so yeah, it's fine.
Show me what you can do. I'll give you 5 seconds. Never hesitate. Found me. Too slow.
I heard that it takes a long time to get her ultimate unless you get E2. Yeah, that's true. It will take maybe a full cycle before you get her ultimate if you, you know, when you actually play her. Because it takes 24 actions. She gets 3 from using her skill. So if you're 200 speed, then you get 3 actions in the first 0 cycle. So that's 9, which means your allies have to make up 15. But they only get 1 per turn unless they're Memo Sprite, and you get up to 6 depending on how many Chrysos Airs you have on your team. But like, let me show you my profile here, because even though I'm full clearing, right? But it's not like I'm full clearing. Oh, it doesn't show you there. Let me show you this way. So yeah, you see how it took me 9 cycles to 3-star? As long as I'm like, if you're not a player that currently is getting 0 cycles, then Cyrene is probably a direct upgrade to whatever team you're currently running. Now, if you are getting 0 cycles, you could possibly, if you like really know what you're doing, but if you're getting 0 cycles, you already know what you're doing, right? If you're already getting 0 cycles, you probably know what you're doing. And you can probably still get 0 cycles with Cyrene. It's just, probably more difficult, and a lot of the complaints that people have is that she's not enough of an upgrade compared to like E1 Trivy, which is one of the best characters in the game right now. So I'm gonna pull for her, and I think that she'll be an improvement over my current teams. She'll probably save me 1 or 2 cycles per in-game mode, which, I'm already full clearing anyway. Going from 9 cycles to 7 cycles is going to be pretty significant, I think, because as the content gets more difficult, I actually do need every single minor upgrade to stay ahead, as long as I keep on using these outdated DPS. And that's just the choice that I've made, that I'm using outdated DPS, therefore I need to keep up with the best supports. And I think that's fine. You'd be replacing Sunday on that team. And it would probably work pretty well, because you would get about the same amount of damage increase. And so the thing with Sunday is that you have to speed tune. So you want to have an Exo bam bam bam, and then you want Sunday to be right afterwards to advance him 100% bam bam bam. But when you use Cyrene, because she action advances immediately, you would basically just play normally, and then when an axe is about to get 6 stacks, so when he gets his 6th stack, that's when you Cyrene ult, and then his next boosted skill does double the work, because it's now doing the 3 extra bounces 4 times with the extra attack, and the it's happening 4 times, so it's like a lot more. And you also don't need to run speed boots on your Anaxa anymore because you're using what's it called?
A will of methylene stone.
Because now you can automatically action advance whenever you want.
Earth shatters, heaven trembles.
Is it better than Sunday? Probably. I mean, Mr. Poke actually does have a video where he compares Sunday with Anaxa compared to Cyrene with Anaxa, but there are a lot of mistakes in his gameplay anyway. He does end up doing better with Cyrene compared to Sunday, but I don't think that his showcase is necessarily going to be like a great comparison.
You're falling apart. The fear knows not fear. That won't do. You can't run. I venture forth
Compared to E2 Sunday, yeah, it's gonna be closer, but you'd be able to use your E2 Sunday on the Herta's side instead, for example.
You want to take advantage? I'll take it on. Fangs and claws. Never hesitate. Too slow.
Yeah, Cyrene, I don't think actually gets more team buffs with her Eidolons. I think all of it's more damage and faster damage. Because her E1 makes her Memo Sprite skill happen more frequently. Her E2 gives her faster recollection stacks, which you can actually just do with Von Whack. You can just make her go first, and then that's like just as good. Alright, let's see. So we need to end on the blue, and we probably need to do this first. 1, 2. This makes sense. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just gonna do this. So now I need to. What do I need to do? I think I've killed myself, right? 1, 2, 3. So maybe I don't actually. Yeah, okay. Oh no, so close. Alright, so I could also do it this way. Right, I could land on this thing. Left first. I think I definitely need to end on blue, but I think I need to actually do yellow as well. So I get 1 free action doing it that way. So I actually probably need to do this first. What happens next? No! Alright, let me actually map this out now. So I have 10. That's a lot. Okay. So I could probably fix that by going up 1 time and then down, because I have so many free actions. Because I can actually stall out by going up and down the ladder, so that so if I end up over here on the blue at the end, which I need to do, then 1, 2 puts me over there. So I need to make sure that whatever thing they end up on, they end up going up the ladder early. So I could actually do what I did before, except just go up the ladder 1 time, right? I also need to make sure that they're on the yellow when I jump off of the bridge there. Or they could end up on this yellow, and then I could step on the yellow to make them drop onto the blue. No, I can't do that because I need the yellow active when I drop down. So then I need them to end on blue, and I also need to have some yellow at a time. I could be on the blue. No, I can't be on the blue because alright, let's try this actually. Perfect.
Free stuff is always the best.
You usually look up the solution on YouTube? That seems like it would take longer, honestly, than just figuring it out. The only reason why I took so long that time is because it was 10 whole steps, and I kind of just like was winging it at first. But the puzzles start off easy and then get harder and harder. So if you just like figure it out as you go, then it actually isn't that bad to figure out each new one that comes up. Alright, what are we at now? One treasure chest, one spirit thief, and then there's a puzzle right here as well. Prophecy tablet. Had to work backwards using a diagram. If it came to that, I would have done that. But I typically do just like work backwards somewhat. That's kind of the easiest. Like I knew that I needed to go back and forth on the blues and yellows. It was just a matter of how I could get away and live afterwards. Yeah, so another thing to say about that is that if you like start off on the easy ones and you just clear it, right? And then you start having difficulty on the medium ones, like, you know, maybe you cleared the ones that are in Ohkema, right? And that was easy. And you cleared the ones that are in Castrum Crimnos, and that was easy. And then like starting in Yanisopolis, you start thinking like, oh, this is actually kind of hard and it's taking me a while, let me look it up. Because those are going to now be more difficult than these, but they're going to be easier than the ones going forward. If you don't learn how to do those kind of medium ones, then it's going to be more difficult to do the harder ones. And you're going to end up in a spot where you basically have to look up the answers every time. Because you can't redo old puzzles, unfortunately. I wish you could. Oh, found the Spirit Thief. Nice. That's kind of the most difficult one to get, because you can't use up your item to find more treasure chests. My good friend Bartholos. Titans are always like this, you know? Never straightforward, always making riddles to torment us. According to the Era Nova theory, they were once human too, right? So why are they so utterly inhumane? Tisk, yet you insist you're not Zagreus. Would ancestor Zagreus be this indiscreet? Wait, that's not right. Sometimes I can be extremely discreet. Oh, that's enough for me. Farewell. Love, Bartholos. Bye, friend. There's a reason why he's my profile picture. Alright, what do we get over here? One treasure chest. Nice. And a hand of Zagreus as well. I want him as a pet.
Always the best.
That's kind of cruel. A whole Titan as a pet? Next you'll be asking for destruction. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We got another nymph accidentally. So, somewhere out here is... Oops. Oh, sure, I'll punch. Travel a little faster. Let me rewind. Oh, that's right there. Wow, that's kind of huge. I can't interact with it, so I guess I gotta punch it. Sorry, nymph. Brought this upon yourself. I just wanted to talk peacefully. Oh, there's so many of them. It's a whole infestation. Cypher did keep him as a pet, but the alternative was him dying, so... Are you ready to talk? No? Still no? My last resort. I surrender. Okay, but I actually wanted the nymph, though. I mean, the treasure chest is fine and all. So that's at the center, back at the entrance. Where am I? Am I up there? Yes, that's where I am. Yeah, okay. Can't pass up an opportunity to punch yourself. I think I already have all the coins of whimsy here. Alright, we're gonna get this last treasure chest, and then we're gonna call it. Just shy of 2 hours. No, complainer! No! I have one more chest to get and one more nymph. Oh, actually, that was the last treasure chest, and I got all the spirit thieves, so I'm done now. So it's just perfect. I'll just use the map to look for any puzzles that I've missed.
I am the Titan of Fortune.
Oh, that's actually not that bad, especially if that last hidden set substat is crit rate. That would be a nice trivia piece. So I got a friend request, assuming from a viewer. I accept all friend requests. So go ahead and send them in. You can have access to my, what do I have? Fei Xiao Hohua and Heislands. Do I think that's Marky? Possibly. There's 10 watching, so, and my UID is always in the bottom left corner. So it could just be like any random passerby. Alright, I was gonna look at the map one last time. Let's check for any puzzles that I may be missing. So this is floor 1. Let me zoom out. Floor 2. There's one more nymph for me to get. And there it is. That's the last one. Floor 3. Floor basement. There's one there. I have to get that one. Golden short spear. And basement 1. Nothing there. Okay. So, one puzzle, one nymph. And then I'll unlock the physical locations for some of these places. There are probably no adventure missions in this area, so I can just kind of go straight to the objective now. Nice. Not bad. Not bad at all. Oh, the one more nymph that I have here. You know, I was kind of, I've been pretty critical of the story in 3.0, 1 and 2, but 3.3 is kind of saving the story, not gonna lie. Yeah, I don't think you. I think you're making this all up. Oh, that's the Day Thunder Knight. That actually was not clear in the story that that was what that was. I mean, it has the same helmet as the Relic set, so you also history fictionologist. They have their own Tales of Genesis. Actually, that is an interesting thought that, you know, just because the humans have some Tale of Genesis mythology, like the Mountain Dwellers could have their own, and the Dromuses could have their own, the Chimeras could have their own. Yeah, I agree with that. Complainer complains in the actual event. What is it? Complainer is one of the really bad people in the Awu firm, and he does actually complain a lot in that. But as a pet, he's just like, "Wow, boss, you're the best. You're so smart. You're so great." Nothing but compliments. It's here, yeah. Maybe he just only complains about work. Oh, I don't even get like a hint about like some super secret thing that I need to figure out some puzzle or the other. It's kind of bogus. I guess that means that I'm done with all of those, which means that I can start trying to like interpret the puzzles. The earlier garment makers gave me like stone tablets that were missing portions of text in them, and it required me to like swap between the day version and the night version to get the complete text. And then there was like some puzzle aspect to it that I was supposed to do. But I guess some are just more easy than others, and I just accidentally already got this one. Or perhaps you don't actually need to get the actual messages in order to get the actual secret. Okay, so actually I did not know that you actually could just figure it out without actually getting the prophecy. I thought that getting the nymphs actually unlocked the ability to complete those prophecies. I think that's where I need to go, over there. Why did I not do this during the story? Was I not allowed to take this elevator? Oh, that's right. I actually did come down here and started the spear thing, but didn't finish it because it like went away. Oh, there's a steed down here. How do I get over there? Oh, that's actually important.
The kittens are gonna eat well tonight.
Alright, so according to this map, those doors don't actually open over there. And I'm looking at something that's currently off map. So let me just punch it with the Hand of Zagreus and just hope for the best. ever get through here? I know that I said that I wanted to smash it, but like I do have reservations about actually smashing Janice's steed with the Hand of Whimsy. Seems like you're stuck in a bit of a stable situation. Oh, I kind of really don't want to do it. Oh, I'm gonna do it. I've been tricked by Bartholos. Worth it. And it's not even him himself, it's just a recording. Coin of Whimsy, okay. Alright, now I'm done with this area, pretty sure. I got all the puzzles, got the Janus Steed, got the nymphs, finished the prophecy. Perfect. That was a good use of time. That was a very time efficient. And I can't do that one yet without doing some adventure missions, but I'll probably start doing that off stream. So let me just go ahead and teleport there. How many poles do I have? Well, I mean, I cleared an area, but I already had like poles. Like I already had most of those treasure chests done in that area. I gained 4 poles from that. And I'm at 155. I heard somewhere, I think on HoYoLab, that version 3.7 is going to have 100 pulls worth of free stuff in it. And that seems ridiculous to me. There's no way that that's true. I mean, it could be true because we're going to get currency wars and we're going to have 100 levels worth of stuff to grind out that I probably won't grind out in the entirety of that patch. Unless it's unreasonably fun, and then maybe I do. I don't know. But if I had 100 pulls, that's kind of insane, and I would actually... I don't know what I would do at that point. I might go for Cypher E1. This is the team that I plan on vertically investing with. But also, the whole team is kind of predicated on getting Face Out E2, and I want to have that ready to go. I mean, going to 250 pulls, like that's like more than enough, I think, for Tribu Light Cone, Cyrene. Yeah, Cyrene and Cyrene Light Cone is going to be a lot, but that's going to be on the back half of the version. If I lose the 75-25 on Cyrene Light Cone, then I'm just going to like not worry about it because the Herta Shop Light Cone is good enough. I'll just have to like really go crazy on the relic farming to get her speed up to 180 without the signature. Because Cyrene, I feel like, is going to rerun often because everyone loves Cyrene. Even though the Hoyo Lab community is full of doom posting, like that's going to probably represent less than 10% of the actual population of people that play this game. I feel like Cyrene is going to be very, very popular. But Cypher is the least owned character in the game, like according to sales data, which only covers China, but you know, there it is. Like that's the most accurate data that we have. Cypher is the least owned character in the game, so I don't know if she'll ever come back. Cypher also like does very well at E0S1. Yeah, bottom 5 are like Zhao Cho, Cypher, Rappa, and like some other character that I got as well. What character did I get that no one else gets? You can look it up. I think there's a couple of shorts on it and like data on it. It's got to be up here somewhere. So like the most owned characters are going to be people like Ratio and Ron May. Firefly is up there. Acheron is up there. Who is it? That's not very well owned. I thought it was someone that I have on my account because I was like, oh, I have 2 out of the least 5 owned characters. Ratio was free, yes. I'd have to look at it again. But there are 2 ways of using that data. So Pridewind has owning rates, but there's some stipulation on that, and that they have a random sample of that's a self-selective group. So it's like people that have chosen to submit their data to Pridewind, and then there's also the sales data from China on banners. So those are like the 2 ways that people usually get these data. And yeah, I know that at least I know that Zhao Cho and Cypher are both in the bottom 5 for sure. And then anything beyond that, I would be like not as confident. But I'm going to guess that Rappa is down there, possibly Boot Hill. But generally speaking, characters that debuted right before some really anticipated banner usually have lower sales. So like Rappa was Fugue, I think, is down there as well, and maybe Jade. I think that if I had to guess, I would say it's going to be Jade, Rappa, Fugue, Cypher, Zhao Cho. That feels right in my head because Jade was right before Fei Xiao. Zhao Cho was right before like Firefly, I want to say, and is just tied to Acheron. Cypher was right before Finon and the Fate collab banner. Rappa was right before Herta and Aglaya and like all of 3.x. So I think that's like the general vibe for that. Constance is this version's Fugue, actually. So like Fugue, I think, was like in the post-story Pentaconi stuff. And like right after her was going to be Herta and Aglaya. And also, she happens to be a fire nihility character that buffs super break that's supposed to make them last for another patch. Which maybe that's going to be a trend. Maybe every single patch there's going to be a crazy Firefly buff fire nihility character to make Firefly strong enough to last one more version. That would be hilarious if that were actually the case that oh, that's right, I did have to do that.
Oh, there's something fun over there. Come on, let's go.
Alright, this is going to be where I end it here. If you enjoyed the stream, be sure to leave a like. If you want to see more from me, be sure to subscribe. 12 watching a Stario stream is it's a lot, especially since I spent like the last hour just wandering the map collecting things. But shout outs to my lurkers. We're gonna continue this throughout the week. We're gonna try to not be, 4 full versions behind. So maybe we can keep it in that 3 patches sweet spot behind. And see where we go from there. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care and goodbye.